Welcome. Well, I've been spending the last few years making videos and writing software, and I thought it was about time that I actually showed people how to use everything and how to access everything and where they could find things. So this is a screenshot of the site that you are probably looking at, and what you might find intriguing is the fact that in the screenshot I have a snapshot of the video that I am currently recording, so you can maybe think about how that happened. But anyway, this is the Khan Academy YouTube channel, and I recently became a partner off of one of your suggestions. But I get these questions all the time from people who have trouble finding something, or they ask me about a subject that's actually already covered, or they find part 2 of a video, but it's like, where's part 3 or where's part 1? And I just wanted to show you how to navigate it. And I also want to show you how you can access the software that I've written, and it's all free. So you can bear with me. You just keep in mind that it was written by one guy in his spare time. But anyway, first the videos. So the best way to navigate the videos is on the playlists. There's 2 places to find the playlist link, either right there, that's the easiest one. There's another one down there where they show playlists. Unfortunately, YouTube allows you to display 3 playlists, so I think most people don't see all of the playlists. We have a bunch of them. But if you click here, see all playlists, or up here, you click on the playlists, you will see all of the playlists, and these are categorized in alphabetical order, and in each playlist they have all of the videos on that subject matter. So if you click on algebra, you see all of our algebra videos. And this is algebra 2, essentially, so it's everything that's algebra. And that's why our pre-calculus playlist is fairly short, because everything that could be algebra is in the algebra playlist, and everything that's calculus is in the calculus playlist. So pre-calculus, we just do a little bit on limits and graphs and sequences and series and things like that. But you can see we have a ton of playlists, far more than the 3 that you see on the main page. We even have a little bit on finance. If you are homeschooling your child, and they're young, they can start on the arithmetic playlist. After arithmetic, the next one to do is pre-algebra. After pre-algebra, you can do either algebra, the algebra playlist, and you could probably simultaneously watch the geometry playlist. Where is that? G for geometry, the geometry playlist. After those, you can do the trigonometry playlist and the pre-calculus playlist, and of course we have calculus and we have probability. Probability, the prerequisite for that playlist, I would say, is probably just pre-algebra. Maybe you might want to watch the algebra playlist before you watch that. Finance, this is for everyone. I've made this for family and friends just so they can have maybe a more structured way of understanding how things are priced, etc., etc. But in general, in all of these playlists, I think you can actually just subscribe to the playlist, so that if you really just care about algebra, you don't get notified whenever I upload a finance video. But I want to let everyone know that I take requests. All I ask is that you first go to the playlist and make sure that I haven't already covered that or a similar topic. But I take requests. Send me a note. Say, hey Sal, I love your playlist, but I would love it even more if you did this problem, or if you covered this topic, and I'm more than happy to do it. So send me some problems. And one playlist I want to focus on, because it's something that can get kind of messy because there's so many problems. We've actually done all of the SAT problems in the main SAT study guide that people buy. And if you go to the playlist, it just has all of the problems in order, and there's 400 problems. So if someone misses, someone doesn't know how to do problem 3 on page 471, it's hard to navigate it here. So I wanted to show you the alternate way to navigate it. You just go to the Khan Academy website. You just click on the banner at the top of the channel, and it'll take you there. But it's just khanacademy.org. You can see it up there, khanacademy.org. And if you're just doing SAT prep, click here, or you can click up here on SAT prep. And it also has the other videos, but the playlists on YouTube are actually updated more frequently and have a lot more content. I think we have 400 videos on YouTube. We only have 200 videos here. So for everything else, you should actually use the YouTube content if you want the latest and the most videos. But for the SAT prep, you click on SAT, or you could click here. And this is the book that you should get. It's the official SAT study guide. It has 8 practice tests, and we've done all of the math problems in those practice tests. And then when you click on our link, it has all of the problems categorized by the test, categorized by the section, and by the problem. So what was it? Problem number 3 on page 471. If you don't know how to do that, you just click there, and you actually get each video has 3 or 4 problems, but it becomes a lot easier to navigate, and we explain exactly how to do it. And once again, what I recommend is that you or your student, whoever's preparing for the SAT, does the problems ahead of time, and then buys the book, does the problems ahead of time, takes the practice test, and then uses this as a resource to make sure that they understand things, and to really realize that all of the problems are doable. But anyway, hopefully that gives you a sense of all the videos we have. And once again, I'm not only just video suggestions, I'm open to playlist suggestions if there's topics that you would especially like to have access to. And then the other thing that I've mentioned and other people have wanted access to is the actual site, the software application that we've written. And until today, we've been using it at a bunch of schools, and I've kind of been giving access to it on a one-off basis, but I've decided that I think it's good enough now for general use. So you can actually register for an account just by clicking on register and just put your email address and your desired password. It doesn't have to be too secure. This isn't a bank account. I don't think anyone really cares about logging in as you and doing your math problems for you. But once you register, you log in. You just go to the login page. And actually, I'm going to log in as my cousin. His name is Ali. I can't tell you what his password is. And just so you know, right after no matter if you are in calculus or if you are a kindergartner, the first problem that you will see, and when you log in, under practice, you'll see basic addition here, and that's all you will see, and that's the only thing that you can click on, and you'll have nothing under review. And basic addition is essentially problems like 1 plus 1 or 3 plus 5. And as you progress forward, as you get streaks of problems right, the system will actually assign more and more advanced problems to you. So after you get 5 and I think 10 in a row on basic addition, it'll become a review problem, and you'll get points for it. Actually, you have your energy points up here. And you just keep progressing. And let me see if my cousin, let's see, so this is level 4 addition, just so you know what a module looks like. So this is after you've progressed a little bit. And so if a student doesn't know how to do this, they actually can click the hints, and it tells you every step. And so all of them are visual in different ways. But if you go to exercises, start you at base. If you work on it, it'll probably take you about, if you're, say you're in middle school or you're in 9th or 10th grade, it'll probably take you about 2 hours, I'd say, to get to your level. And the reason why we do that is because we found that a lot of people, even though they're in 9th or 10th grade, they might just kind of have some mistakes or some misunderstandings on how to do subtraction or fractions. And it's really good to just put that 2-hour investment in, and then you're sure, and the system's sure, that you don't have any pesky gaps in your knowledge. But anyway, let's look at a few of the other modules. They're all different. This is multiplying expressions. That's where my cousin is right now. And he's actually a 6th grader, so I'm very proud of him that he's already, well, anyway, I don't want to boast, but anyway, so this is multiplying expressions, and so this is your typical, you could either view it as the distributive property or FOIL, depending how you learned it. You could watch the video if you don't know how to do it, and it has the video on this exact concept, the YouTube video that's pumped out of our YouTube channel. But let's say after watching the video, you think you know how to do it, you try it out. You click on an answer, and you say, "Oh no, I got it wrong." And you want to know why you got it wrong or the exact steps. Well, you just click on hint, and it gives you the exact steps of how to solve that problem. And just so you know, there are infinite problems here. Each of these there isn't just some database with 10 problems, and then as soon as you do those 10 problems, it's run out. These are all dynamically generated by the computer. Dynamically generated just means the computer thinks of the problem right when you need it, so it thinks of some random numbers and generates it, and it'll generate the hints too. So if it takes you 1,000,000 problems to understand a concept, it will give you 1,000,000 problems. You will never ever run out of examples. And just so some of this other stuff, this is comfort level. This is your own self-assessment. If you're doing this on a one-off basis, you can fill out this if you want. But this is really for schools, so that when we do aggregate reporting, we can get data on just how confident the kids feel, and teachers can see that. This is your streak. If you got 1 right or 2 right, it shows up here. Go back to exercises. I could show you, or just so you have what it looks like. Some of them are more visual. This is functions, and if you click on hint, you evaluate the function. There's a ton. There's word problems right here, and if you click on video, it gives you an example of how to do word problems like that. And then if you want data on how you're doing, there's a bit of a report card here under stats. Under stats, it's taking a little time to load. And Anyway, this is my cousin's report card. You see, like, level 2 angles. He's gotten 10 out of 10, but he's kind of lukewarm. He feels reasonably comfortable at it. He's gotten 41% correct. He's gotten 40% of the last 10. So I don't know. He got 10 in a row. So maybe he hasn't done it for a long time. But whatever. And then the final thing I want to go over, and I want to be careful when I go over this, because last time I recorded a video on this, because it's kind of intensive graphically, I think this software that I'm using to record my voice into the screen capture really slowed down, and I started to sound like I was melting and running out of batteries. So I'm just going to show it to you really fast and then jump out of it, because I don't want to slow down again. But it essentially shows you the big picture of. And if you're on a Mac, time to load up, so I'll warn you about that. And see graphically all of the modules that are in the system.
Basic Edition you see on the left-hand side. That's where you start off, and as you get streaks right there, it'll progress you forward. The yellow modules are things that you have become proficient in, and the deep orange you'll see later are the modules that that you are currently working on. And so we have that knowledge map, and I got out of it just because I didn't want things to slow down, and I didn't want to start sounding like a transformer. But hopefully you'll the knowledge map is there just so you know where it's going, and what have you learned, what are you currently learning, and why are you learning it, so you can know what concepts that'll eventually get you to. And in general, I think you'll find this software pretty useful if you are doing anything up to about, I don't know, Algebra 2, trigonometry. Even if you're in college, you'll probably find this a really, really good math review. It'll get you to about the pre-calculus level. And our goal is eventually to catch up with the videos and cover things like trigonometry and all of calculus and differential equations and linear algebra. And just so you know, big picture, our goal is to cover all of knowledge eventually. It's taken us about 2 or 3 years to get this far. Maybe we'll bring on some more people, some more volunteers. Maybe some people will record things in other languages. But our goal, my goal, is to keep doing this until the day I die. And hopefully that's a long time from now, so that I can do many, many, many videos. Anyway. Enjoy, and send me a note if you find it useful or if you have any questions, and I look forward to seeing you in future videos.